Aquarius, Pisces, to your Astrodice reading for 2025. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Wow, guys, this is the first reading of the month of the new year, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so got the year of the snake going on over here. So let's get in here and see what's going on with you. So, for those of you who are new, this is where I take tarot with astrology and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. So, for my beautiful Aquarius, Pisces Cusp, give us the best house, the best reading, best message. Oh, what do we got going on here? We got the second house coming out. We'll talk about that money, assets, things of material value. Doing it with some Aries energy coming out. Look at that. Oops. And with Mercury, a lot of people getting Mercury right now. A lot of conversations, a lot of communication, a lot of texting. How you think, write, talk, and travel. Could even be a lot of travel. Okay, so having the Aries coming out over here, getting a little fire energy going on in the second house. The energy around you is dynamic, spontaneous, crusading, impulsive action is likely. So having some impulsive conversations could literally be going on, but there is definitely something spontaneous. You can just feel it, right? You feel that, whoa, what's spontaneous is coming out, definitely going into the second house. Your assets, finances, and the things you value. Whoa. So let's get in here. My son bought me these new cards for Christmas, so let's use these, right? I've been using them all month for all the Astrodice readings. Love Christmas. Always getting tarot cards. Okay, so let's see what you got going on here. Going straight into the situation. Situation is taking place at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. And guys, I am getting ready to do live shorts. Ooh, exciting. Okay, so just trying to figure out all the little pieces to the puzzle of these live shorts. So let's see. I might even do them today. Once I really get a time down for them, I'll be writing that down for you guys in the comments area and the homepage or wherever that is. Letting you guys know when they're going to go live. For now, it's going to be a little spontaneous. Impulsive action is likely to occur. Okay, guys, let's go. In the beginning of the month, we do have some disharmony, a little distrust. You might even feel like there could be a breakup, a little tension, or some broken communication. Talking about that communication is talking about that broken communication. But it does feel like this is for your inner calling. This is something that needs to be healed. It feels like, you know what, you might be at the mercy of maybe even having some forgiveness, or somebody's at the mercy of forgiveness. But I feel because it is a major arcana, right, that it is saying there is the mercy of you both finding the forgiveness within the situation to either finalize this situation one way or the other. Okay, whether or not that means you're bringing it back together, okay, or you're going to go your separate ways. But there has to be a finalization, okay, for the devil. Man, two major arcanas coming out here. Breaking those ties. Severing this toxic. So we know mostly what's going on here. It's saying for this to be karmically right, right? Devil being karma and judgment being karma. For this to be karmically right, we need to do some kind of forgiveness. We need to make this, we need to break these ties some way or another, but make it as healthy as possible. So that way we're not building any karma around this situation. Okay, there could be some infidelity going on over here. Okay, or feeling like there was some kind of selfishness, indecisiveness of how this is going to actually take place. But you could also feel like there's a lot of anxiety around this situation. Just knowing that, you know what, I want this to be fixed. I need to do this because it's causing anxiety, or just knowing that, God, I got to go talk to them and make this right, cause anxiety, right? I mean, just knowing, man, I'm going to go and I'm going to tell them I forgive them for this situation. I hope they forgive me and we can break these chains. But there could also be a lot of anxiety, which makes sense, right? Needing this finalized to get into and just start that 2025. Let's start 2025, as it pretty much says, on the right foot. Let's make this known. Let's make this judgment call. The horn is being blown. This needs to be done. No more messing around. Absolutely. There could be some insecurities. There's that codependency. You might even feel like you're codependent on this situation. Maybe you're even codependent on just leaving it open-ended, not finalizing it. Sometimes that codependency is bringing in this kind of, how would you say that? It's easier. Sometimes it's easier if I just leave it, but yet it causes a lot of anxiety, causes a lot of worry. It's more kind of self-destructive, though, on your end to leave it open-ended because it can cause resentment. It can, leave that toxicity there. So it just feels like through whatever's going on, it's almost like, well, needs to be taken care of. This needs to be closed. And then you will find peace. Oh my gosh, yes. You'll find the ending. You will find the wholeness. You will find the peace. You will finally feel like you are traveled. There's the travel. The travel is more of a metaphor, right? You're traveling to this place of peace, security, leaving the baggage behind, moving on, transitioning, not having to worry about any open-endedness, no strings attached. I'm completely done. Now all of that, you're just going to feel like you're so much lighter. This is the best way to do something. And sometimes it's the hard way to do something. But you will feel so much lighter, so much better. Okay, so this could be, we're talking about finances. So it could be work. Finding the peace within yourself to say, I've had enough of this at my job with a coworker, right? My finances will be better. Maybe they're codependent on your money. Maybe they're codependent on using your car. Remember, we're in the second house. It's not just love, right? This is something that has to do with material and something that has to do with maybe work. Maybe you feel like you're obligated to bring someone. We have travel. Maybe, and you feel like they're using you. They're not going to fix their car. They're not even saving money for it. They're using me for my vehicle. We have to take this away. There's a codependency somehow. Maybe they're codependent in not getting a job. Okay, so guys, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so put that where it belongs. But it's working on you, and it's something you want to open up your communication with. You want to tell your truth about the situation, right? Because it's causing these bad inner feelings, holding on to something toxic, causing resentment. Maybe you're even afraid that they're going to have resentment. Oh, yes, that they're going to resent me for this situation. This is why I have not said, hey, you need to go out and get a friggin' job. Stop using my money. You need to go fix your car. I know you got enough money now. Stop using me. It'd be different if we were carpooling, but there's something different. This is something toxic. This is something codependent. This is them depending on you to carry some kind of weight or pay their way, pay their bills, something. Okay. So it is, it's going to cause some kind of past resentment. So it's talking about the desire to reconcile, once again, the situation, speaking your truth. Yes, it is going to cause the Three of Swords. You know this, and I believe that's why you've let it go. Even though you know you need to speak this truth. And you know it's going to cause disharmony. You know it's going to cause some kind of conflict. Ouch. But the truth hurts. And when we need to set things right and we need to set things in stone, sometimes it has to hurt. Because it does feel like it's something that's not only, hurting you now, but it's something that they're going to be, right, resenting you for it. But I feel like it's working on you so much that you're resenting things. This is why you need to speak your truth. Disharmony, conflict, bad choices. Okay? Fear of maybe even losing this commitment if they don't get up and go to work. So for some of you, there's even a fear of losing the commitment. Okay? Or causing some kind of home conflict. Not speaking your truth, but when you're speaking your truth, you want to take it from a place of love. How do we know? Because we have the Lovers, the Empress, and the Queen of Cups. You want to bring this into a place of love, not just a place of anger. You want to speak your truth, okay, with hope. Yeah, I like that. With hope. With hope that doesn't have to be a 100% tower. With the hopes that this can move and transform the way I want it to transform, and doing it from a loving space. Not just a space of how maybe I'm feeling hurt, that you would do this, or take advantage of me, right? We're going to put all of that aside and we're going to take this from a loving point of view. And it's about you gathering, and we have the Four of Wands, so it's saying it again. We need to take this from a place of disharmony into a place of truth and love. Because you obviously wouldn't allow someone to do this to you if you didn't have any inner feelings for the person. You wouldn't even give it that much if you didn't have inner feelings. So it means somebody that means something to you. So we have to find the right words, Mercury. Now, it does feel like there's going to be some kind of, the impulsiveness. I feel like it's going to be spontaneous, and it is going to be compulsive. Because I feel like when it does come down, you're going to find those words, but they're going to feel it's very spontaneous of you to say such a thing, and it's going to be impulsive because it's going to come out of nowhere. But it needs to be that way. Okay? Maybe it needs to. Past. Bringing up some familiar, okay. Bringing up some familiar memories before the Tower so it doesn't hurt as much. Okay? So it's kind of like it's saying, okay, there's going to be a lot of familiar, memories. There's going to be a lot of nostalgicness going on, bringing up as much joy and as possible within the communication of the Mercury. So that way you can get down to the spontaneousness of what's going to happen when you cause this Tower. Yeah. And this is because you're trying your hardest to make it to where it doesn't just have an absolute kind of like, you know what I mean? You're trying to not give them 10 of Swords. You're trying to not just, it's going to sting, but I don't want it to be like, you killed me. That's bringing in that love. Trying to make things work. Yes, bringing in the hopes and the joy, it's a buildup. It's a buildup, guys. And it's kind of like Spirit says, I need them to understand that, there has to be a buildup when I leave this job. There has to be a buildup when I tell them not to use me anymore for my car, for my money, get a job. There has to be a buildup, but I want to bring out the joy first before we have this conversation that's going to be very spontaneous, that can be very disastrous, right? But you're trying to wake them up more than just cause chaos. Right? Absolutely. Giving them more inspiration with the Star. So Spirit is saying, you could do this out of a place of love and inspiration and hope without just bringing in it as being, angry. Keeping yourself rejuvenated, keeping it for a purpose, bringing them back self-confidence into a place of where they can feel rejuvenated and say, maybe they can say, you're right. Right? Even if you're leaving your work for someplace else because you've had enough, You can bring this joy to your coworkers, to your boss, and make it as good as possible before you tell them, I'm leaving this job. You don't have to tell them you're an asshole. Right? We're bringing it from a place of calmness. I found a new job. And maybe it's because you're very upset. Maybe maybe the devil is your boss. And I'm just pissed off. I've had enough of this. You take advantage of me. You make me work all these hours, yada, yada. You don't pay me overtime, whatever it is, right? So take it how it resonates for you guys. But whatever it is, it's going to bring this person to this place of understanding new ways of communicating, number one. It's going to give them newfound ideas and understandings of where it's coming from. So I love this because even though it's very spontaneous in the way that you need to speak your truth, it's telling you speak your truth, bring it from a place of love and light. There it is, using your love and light because you have the star. Right? No burning bridges. We don't want to, it's pretty much saying we don't want to hurt this person. Even if it's the job, you don't want to burn bridges, right? You don't want them to write on your resume or something, you're an asshole. You know what I mean? So it'd be, keeping this place of improvement and trying to keep this place from being a complete loss. Loss of relationship. Loss of understanding. No loss. Right? It's also saying that for a lot of you, you could recover from these finances, or making them understand how they can recover from finances by getting out there and getting a job. Maybe you're even going to tell them, I'll help you make resumes so you can get a job. Stop using me for my money, but you have to get off the couch. You have to stop playing video games. You have to get out there. Stop making the world look like a rivalry, right? Because this is saying there is going to be no rivalry. There is not going to be any tension, and we're not going to make any tension. But, right, this is going to make them feel a little burned out, though. This is going to make them feel like, a little restless and a little stressed out from this conversation that you're having. Okay? They're not going to know exactly where to go. There's going to be kind of a panic mode for them because they're not sure where this all came from. It's like this buildup. Right? It's definitely this buildup. But you see this greediness, possessiveness, stinginess, overspending, not wanting to get a job, holding tight to codependency. This also could be a card of codependency. How could it be? Because of the greediness. Taking advantage. And that's really what this is about, no matter what. It's about someone taking advantage of you one way or another and you having to come to a conclusion. But you do not want to burn bridges or hurt someone's feelings. Absolutely. You feel like there's too many strings attached, so you're detaching over here, and you're going to use all the confidence that you have to kind of persuade them to get the ball going, or persuade them for this better understanding, or make them understand I'm leaving this job for a better job, but I don't want any bad energy between the two of us, even though I don't want to work here anymore. Right? I don't want to burn that bridge because I need to use you for my resume. I don't need you coming back to me telling me, telling my other bosses later in life, how I handled the situation. You want to walk out there with self-confidence and knowing, hey, right? But there is definitely, I feel like this is more than just some job, okay? I feel like this is somebody literally that's close to you who's taking total advantage of you, okay? That you have to walk away, or the walking away pretty much is making them understand I'm not going to allow you to use me anymore. I feel like this is more of a user situation. They're using you for money, okay? Wanting you to take care of them. And it becomes a stress level, especially in times when, everything's so damn expensive. So it just feels like, yeah, you're putting in a lot of hard work, but you would like to see them put in, taking some responsibility, helping out with the bills, doing something. Your car works, then let's get carpooling together instead of you always using me. Okay? However this is, okay? Now, how is it going to be? We already see how they're going to take it. They're going to take it light, but you're going to throw them for a loop. I think they definitely are going to have, yeah, they're going to be in their head about the situation because they're not understanding where you're coming from. But it does look like it's going to end very well in the end, as long as they don't pick a fight with you about the situation, which so far looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. They're looking at the bigger picture to the situation and wanting to overcome the challenge. This is good. They say that they do want to get their own wealth. But, you know, I do think that there is a lot of, what's the words that I want to say? There's a lot of excuses. I do want to get out and get a job. You know, I've been looking for a job. You know, I've been trying to do this. You know, I've been trying to do that. You know, and it's just excuses. But deep down inside, it does show that they do want to go out and actually do something. It's just about making that progress. It's about actually getting out there, traveling to do so. About making better decisions, clearing their mind. Letting go of, you know, the things that they have been doing and these codependent strings that have been attached, right? So I do see good things coming out of this situation. It's just you have to give them a new perspective. But you have to do it with, like I said, love and light. That's it. That's all it is. Otherwise, this is going to blow up really bad. Okay? And I don't think you want that situation. Because that doesn't look like that looks like that's the whole reason why it's been going on for so long, is because you don't want to go there. Right? Okay, guys. Otherwise, it looks good. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.